98.5 FM.
Staying up till the morning light. No, you don't mind it. I think you like it. Always showing you wrong from right. I'll let you guide me. Just stay beside me. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. So I am lucky one. I am lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am lucky one. I am lucky one. I am lucky one. I am lucky one. Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. So I am lucky one. I am lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am lucky one. I am lucky one. I am lucky one. I am lucky one.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and Women of Speed is that show where we bring you stories to inspire you, and we talk about things that, just affect our life to inspire even young women, but even the men can also call in to be part of the show. And today we are talking about something very important and very real in life, and that is life lessons. Because at some point in life, everybody goes through experiences that teach them something, whether they plan for it or not. And some lessons come from school, from work, from family situations, from friends, and sometimes from mistakes we wish we didn't make. But at the end of it all, one thing is certain: life always teaches us something, and that's why people say sometimes that experience is the best teacher. Well, that is the case sometimes, but not always the case. So today on Women of Speed, we want to hear from you. What is one lesson you have learned in life that you think someone else should also hear? What is one lesson that life has taught you? Now, you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That's 090-3648-5868. What is one lesson that life has taught you? Being yourself, whatever level you are in life right now, what is one lesson you've learned in life that you think someone else should also learn? Whether it comes to your school, whether it comes to your work, whether it comes to personal life, as a woman, even as a man, you can all call in. Well, call in and share with us that one lesson that you have learned in life has taught you, that you think it would be good for someone else to also know about. Now let's break it down a little, and do not hesitate to call in at any point in time. Life lessons come from many places, from different places. Some people learn from school, maybe from even failing an exam or failing something, maybe even when it comes to pursuing a career, a particular path. Some of those life lessons just come from there, or even realizing they need to be more serious with different aspects of their life. So some people, that is where they learn some of these life lessons from. You see, one day someone just realizes that, oh, in this life I shouldn't do like this, or I should always do like this. If I want to attain greater heights, if I want to achieve this in life, this is what I should do. So what is one lesson that life has taught you that you feel is necessary for someone else to also know going forward, to make them better people, to help their lives as well? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. What is one lesson that life has taught you? One lesson you have learned in life that you think is important for someone else to know? Call in and share with us those stories. Call in and share with us what those lessons are, so someone else gets to learn from them as well, whether it was from a mistake, because sometimes some of these lessons come from making a mistake and then learning from it. Sometimes it's not always a mistake. Sometimes you just realize, okay, one day that this is like this and this is what I have to do, this is what I've been doing wrong the whole time. So call in and share with us. And number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That's 090-3648-5868. What is one lesson that you have learned in life that you think someone else should also get to hear? Imagine having someone else that might be going through the same kind of struggles that you went through. They might need those words to actually inspire them or even motivate them to keep going or to do something in their life. So do not hesitate. Call in and share with us that one lesson that you have learned in life that you think is important for someone else to also know. And we'll talk about how these experiences and life lessons come from different places. Hello? All right, you can still call us back. It's Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Hello? And I am your host on the show this afternoon. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And on the show today, we are talking about life lessons. So what is that one lesson that life has taught you that you think is important for someone else to also know? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That's 090-3648-5868. Call in and share with us those life lessons that you have learned that you think is very important for other people to also learn, because as human beings, we learn at different places and we keep learning every day. Something you might have already learned, someone else might not have gotten to that point, or they are even struggling with that right now, and sometimes words like this actually help them to do better, to know how to navigate their own situations. So do not hesitate, call in and let us hear from you. And I was talking about how we learn these life lessons from different areas of life. We talk about even school experiences, both the failures, the success, discipline. Some people learn from failure, some people learn from even success, with discipline, whether it comes to work or business struggles, family situations, and even upbringing, or even when it comes to a career, career wise, people also get to learn some of these life lessons, things that they feel that they should have done right from the start, and it took them time to actually realize. But for some persons, it's not like it was something that actually was missing, or it's not something maybe that they had to learn from constant failure. They just realized one day that this is an easier way to navigate life, this is an easier way to go about things. So call in and share with us, what is one lesson that you have learned in life that you feel that it's important for other people should also know? What is one lesson that life has taught you? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That's 090-3648-5868. What is one lesson that life has taught you that you think is important for someone else to also know? Now, there are different lessons that people usually learn, in their experiences and in life as they grow up, as they do everything. Hello? And we'll talk about some people are learning, okay, you cannot trust everyone too quickly, or the importance of hard work and then consistency. And some persons just go about, living their lives and trying to do certain things. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Engineer Godby Rima.
All right, welcome to the show, Engineer Godwin. So what is one lesson that life has taught you?
The lesson I've learned is that severally people will come to borrow money from me. And then from the way they will put it, I will have sympathy. And then even I will look for a way and then help. And after they are being helped, for them to pay back becomes a problem.
Okay.
The recent one was a man that came all the way from North Bank. He came and he told me that he was having two of his children that are supposed to write WAEC. And that if we didn't register them, those children are not going to forgive him. That he has gone to banks, microfinance bank, and individuals.
Yes.
To lend him money. And nobody could lend him money. So when he came, I asked him how much. He told me. And I gave him the money, which he went and registered two of his children last year. Yes. This story I'm telling you is just a year and some months. Yes. And up till now, as we speak, he has not come to pay back the money.
Okay.
Neither did he send message or a kind of let me call to explain why. The annoying part of it was I even told me that he was doing contribution. And that in few days back, it will be his turn for him to pack the contribution so that he will come and pay me back my money. And till today, from days, it enter weeks, from weeks to months, and from months to a year and some months now.
Okay.
He has not come. So the lesson I've learned is that if people come to meet me for such cases, if I have the one that I can give them, that is, they are not coming to pay back, I will do.
Okay.
But if I don't have, or I have and I want, it is my plan to use it for a project or for something, I will not dip into my savings. Yes, I've learned that. So I think it's a lesson for somebody out there to also learn.
All right, all right.
We have people that are not faithful. They don't have integrity. They don't do what they say they will do. So we have to be careful. So we should learn from incidences like that.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Engineer Kodrin, for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this afternoon on the show, we are talking about life lessons. What is one lesson that life has taught you that you feel it's important for someone else to also learn? Call in and let us hear from you. And the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Call in and share the stories. Call in and share some of those things that you had to learn, maybe even the hard way, that you feel like is necessary for someone else to also learn, to help them going forward. And we heard from Engineer Godwin, and that's a very real point that he raised, because sometimes one of the lessons life teaches you is discernment, learning to think critically before you act. And like he said, people can come with stories, that even look convincing, and if you're not careful, you can end up making decisions that affect your own progress. Imagine taking from your savings because someone had better convincing stories, to tell. And sometimes it's not because they're actually lying, but you also have to think about yourself. And I like how he came up with a solution, Engineer Godwin, saying that going forward, instead of maybe giving and then expecting back like that, what he would do is, if he has to give, then he would only give something that he knows that, okay, I would not need urgently, or I am not touching from my life savings, or I would not even be expecting it back. If it comes back, well, it does, and if it doesn't, well, at least I already made plans. And that is actually one of those life lessons we are talking about today, learning that kindness does not even mean a carelessness. Sometimes you have to pause and ask yourself, is this helping my progress or even slowing me down? Because at the end of the day, if you don't protect your own growth, nobody will do it for you. So call in and be part of the show this afternoon on Women of Speed. And my name is Marysyntia Hangeior. I'm your host on the show this afternoon. So what is one lesson that life has taught you? Call in and be part of the show. Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That's 090 3648 5868. What is one lesson that you have learned in life that you feel like is important for someone else to also know? Call in and share those stories with us. Tell us what those lessons are, so someone else can get sometimes maybe even encouragement or even motivation or a word of advice from those lessons. Hello. All right, you can still call us back on 090 3648 5868. That's 090 3648 5868. What is one lesson that life has taught you that you think is important for someone else to also know? Call in and share that with us, because sometimes if you yourself knew, you might not have gotten into certain kind of mistakes that you made, some things that led you to failure. So now that you are enlightened, share that with someone else so that they also get to know and maybe not get into the same kind of maybe bad situations that you were also involved in. And I was talking about how different lessons that life actually teaches people. Sometimes it's even the value of patience, because sometimes people have this thing of impatience in life where they are chasing dreams and chasing a lot of things, and then they are not patient about it, and they are willing to go through any kind of means to actually achieve what they are looking for. For some people, they end up with consequences that make them to learn those lessons, that make them to realize that I should actually have this patience. I have to be patient if I want to do this. I have to be disciplined if I want to get far. I have to manage my time. I have to respect people. I have to respect relationships if I want to go far. So it's different lessons for different people. For some persons, it's even when it comes to career wise, when it comes to personal life, when it comes to their social life, there are different things. So call in and be part of the show this afternoon. What is one lesson that life has taught you, that you have learned in life, that you think is important for someone else to also hear? Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. Hello. That's 090 3648 5868. Call in and let us hear from you. It's Women of Speed, and we are asking you that one lesson that life has taught you that you feel it's important for someone else to also hear, and then maybe even learn from you. I mean, you learned the lesson from life, probably from someone one day, but then someone else gets to learn it from you. So call in and let us hear. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is John. I'm calling from International Market here.
Okay, John, could you speak up louder?
Can you hear me clear now?
Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Go on.
This program
is
actually me.
Okay, John, you can still call us back. Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That's 090 3648 5868. It's Women of Speed. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Idris. I'm calling from North Bank.
All right, welcome to the show, Idris. Go on.
So what I want to talk about is education. You know, when they say that education is a life. So after graduate from school, there is no job for people to do. And many graduates were working on the street, doing different kind of jobs, doing bad things that is not even necessary for human being to do, because there is no for people to do. So all those things now make. What I want to talk about is that even though you are going to school, so you need to learn a business, make money from it, because you don't need to depend on education.
Okay.
Because if you have a poor background, there is no way for you, because nobody to help you, nobody to support you. Only education can only help people that have money, even though they don't have the good results. Their money will buy the result for them.
Okay.
So as a young people, you need to learn something that even though there is no job for you, so learn a skill so you can make money through it. So you don't just depend on education just like that.
All right.
And,
All right. Thank you so much, Idris, for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. Hello. Hello. All right, we cannot hear you. Maybe call us back. It's very low. And the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. I am your host today on Women of Speed. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are talking about life lessons. What is one lesson that life has taught you, that you learned in life, and you feel it's important for someone else to also get to hear? Call in and share that with us on 090-3648-5868. And we heard from Idris, and he spoke about education. He first of all said education is life, and then he spoke about even while you're getting educated, that is one lesson he has learned. Like, even when you're getting your education, you're supposed to have a skill, while you go to school. Maybe also learn a skill, probably one that you might not learn in school but might be useful to you in the future. And I like how he explained about falling into temptation, getting into bad stuff because you're done from school and maybe not finding something to do. But if you had that skill ready, to fall back to, if you don't get those jobs with your papers, then you wouldn't find yourself. Hello. Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Okay, you can still call us back on 090-3648-5868. That's 090-3648-5868. It's Women of Speed, and my name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are asking you, what is that one lesson that life has taught you that you feel it's important for someone else to also learn? Hello? Call in and share that with us. And still on the lesson that Idris shared about getting a skill even when you're getting your education, because you never know. You have to approach life, with different hands. Like, if it doesn't work this way, then you have to have like a backup plan, or even if you have both of them like going on, then it's not a problem. It's never a problem when two things are working for you. The problem is when one thing is not working for you, and then that is the only thing that you have. You don't have a backup plan, then you become stranded. And I like the examples he mentioned of people then getting into temptation to go into bad groups, to do a lot of stuff simply because they are idle at the moment. So as you get that education, you're supposed to get a skill to handy, because you never know where life is going to place you. So what about you? You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. What is one lesson that life has taught you that you think is important for someone else to also get to hear and also learn from it? So call in and share that with us. And I was talking about how sometimes failure even teaches some people stronger lessons than success. When people fail at first, it can be painful. Failure is not something anyone wants to go through, but sometimes when you find yourself in that situation, what's important is what you learn from it. What are the mistakes I made? What are the things that I did wrong? What was that thing that I did right? And how can I actually improve on it to make sure that I do more things right? And how do I avoid the mistakes that I made in the past? That is the kind of mindset that makes someone who once failed something to actually maybe see through with it, to make sure that that thing was even successful. And some of these lessons we get to learn, from different aspects of life. Sometimes it's even maybe not intentional. You're not going there because you want to learn a lesson, but somehow you're just living your life and it occurs to you. Hello? Somehow you're just living your life and then it occurs to you. You realize someday that, okay, this is something I should have done, or this is what I should have been doing. This is something I should not have done, and it should have made my life better. It should have helped me with my career growth. It should have helped me in school. It should have helped me in my personal life. It should have helped me even in my family, because sometimes some of these things, are also personal. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I am Benedict Ahu.
Okay, and where have you called from?
I'm calling from Baju Bemacha Council Board, Great East.
All right, welcome to the show, Benedict.
Thank you.
Go on.
And I want to express my feeling on this topic of discussion.
Go on.
Yes. When I finished my secondary school, there is one man here in my village. He's a retired armed force. So this man say, Benedict, come and help me to do farm work. After finishing it, I will buy you jams so that you will further your education. And then I do as he said. After finishing the farm work, this man, he went to Makudi. Till today, he is yet to be back. So I'm here in the village, and he is on in Makudi. So that thing has lesson to me that I should ever depend or rely on somebody.
Okay.
Because I have my two hands. Thank you. That is my experience I have.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show, Benedict. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this afternoon, we are talking about life lessons. So what is one lesson that you have learned in life? Life has taught you that you feel it's important for someone else to also know. Number for you to call is 090-3648 5868. That's 090-3648 5868. Call in and share those stories, share those lessons, and you never know who it's going to be like an eye opener for, who you're going to encourage, who you're going to motivate, who you're going to just give that word of advice to you without even knowing it. And we just heard from Benedict, and that is a very strong lesson right there, because what he just said, shared, is something many people go through in different forms. Trusting someone's promise and then being disappointed. And one key lesson from that kind of experience is exactly what he said. Learning not to rely completely on people when it comes to your future, because people can change. People can decide today, I want to do this for you, and then tomorrow they don't want to. Or people can might not even want to do that for you, and they can still deceive you. Okay, I'm going to do this for you if you give me this, if you sacrifice this time. In his case, he sacrificed his time working on the farm for the person he was working for, and at the end he didn't get that reward. So he says what he learned from that is not to rely completely on someone. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't trust anyone at all, but it means you should also learn to build your own path and not leave your progress entirely in someone else's hand, because sometimes people may have good intentions at first, but that doesn't always follow through, and life teaches you through that experience to become more careful, more self-reliant, and even more intentional about your own growth. So that's a very important lesson. Thank you so much, Benedict, for calling in to share that. It's something many listeners can also learn from. So what about you? This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this afternoon, we are talking about life lessons. So what is one lesson that you have learned in life that you think is important for someone else to also know? Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. What is one lesson that you have learned in life that you think is important for someone to know? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Oh, could you speak up louder, Idris?
So what I want to talk about is about business.
Business, okay.
Before someone can go into a business or into any kind of work that you want to do in life, it's a person that you are speaking with that thing, or a person that you want to learn from him or her. How to look the kind of lifestyle the person is living. You like it or not before you can decide whether you can do business or not. Because there are some business that you see your hand inside and they will explain to you start the business now. After you start the business, you see that you have already wasted your time, not even achieve anything. So any business that you want to do, you need to see the future so you can start. If you don't see the future and just start the business, you are going to regret. So that the youth or any kind of person that you are, so anything that you want to do, you have to look into it. The kind of thing that you are going to achieve, whether the business is going to do for you or not. You have to look it first.
All right. Thank you so much, Idris, for calling in to be part of the show. Once again, this is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this afternoon, we are talking about life lessons. And you can still call in to be part of the show. Before we go, number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. What is one lesson that you have learned in life that you think is important for someone else to also know? Call in and share that with us. And we just heard from Idris once again. And that is a very practical and important lesson, because in business and even in life, mentorship can be very powerful. But at the same time, discernment is key, just like we mentioned that first time. Hello. Yes.
Good afternoon, Marysyntia.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Ruben Hangeior. I'm calling from Brewery.
All right. Welcome to the show, Ruben.
Yeah, thank you. Your program is a nice one.
Thank you.
And then one lesson I have learned in my life is that when I was growing up, there were so many aspirations to achieve some certain things in life, especially academically, you understand? So there was no time for me to go and learn some skills or handwork. And then my parents were people that cherished Western education. So then they didn't bother themselves, enrolling me in learning some kind of, skills. So from one educational level to another, you finish here, you go there, you have all the certificates. You understand? At the end of it, when jobs are advertised, you are fully qualified, you are interviewed. At the end of it, those that get those jobs are, nowhere to be found. So I now realize that maybe I could have enrolled myself and learned some skills rather than solely depending on people with certificates with high grades. You understand? At the end of it, they will tell you there are no jobs to go back and learn the skills. So this time, I want to break that impression on my children. Anybody that is going to school, even when you are receiving Western education, you must attach it together with skills acquisition. You understand? You're not depending solely on the theory, aspects of it, and then you understand?
Yes.
So I have learned so many lessons because I have all these certificates. I don't know where I will go and then
be disqualified simply because I'm not qualified. But then things are not forthcoming the way I expected. So I've learned a lot. I'm telling you, sisters. So this time we have to rebrand and think outside the box. It's not all about the certificate. It's all about the certificate.
Okay. Okay.
So I've learned a lot. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And this afternoon, we have been talking about life lessons. What is one lesson that you have learned in life that you think it's important for someone else to also know? And earlier I was talking about how Idris spoke about, knowing the kind of business. And when it comes to business, that is one lesson that he learned, that you have to know what you're getting into. So you don't end up getting disappointed, regretting spending time and money, a lot of things that you invest in a particular business, and then it ends up being nothing for you. And we heard from Ruben as well, and that is a very important lesson and reality. Many people are only realizing later in life, because what he says, that was Ruben, touches something very real. The balance between formal skills, formal education and even practical skills. Because sometimes while growing up, the focus is only on certificates, degrees and academic achievement, without giving enough attention to learning a hand skill or even practical ability. Just like our caller said earlier, okay, that was Idris again, who mentioned even about education as well, and Ruben also completes it, and he is saying that he learned that in life, that okay, even while getting those certificates, like getting the Western education, he also needed a skill, like a practical ability. And like he said later on, some people find themselves with qualifications, but still struggling to get opportunities because there is no skill. Sometimes even when you go to get that job, they tell you, well, you need this skill. It's not just that you graduated with a first class, you still need this skill because someone else has that skill, but then they probably don't even have those certificates. So you need all of this to actually grow. And I like how Ruben explains that clearly, clearly stating that is the lesson that he learned. And I hope you've enjoyed your time here with us on the show. This has been Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And at this point, we have come to the end of the show. I have been your host. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And also coming up next at 3:55 p.m. if today is your birthday, then Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And at 4 p.m. the Speed Link comes on right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And until then, keep enjoying music of your life. And also don't forget to remember that what you go through today can guide someone tomorrow.
This is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.